fifth grade. Time for part dos of the math that we were just doing. Okay, so on number 2, it says number 3 on the bottom of page 187, so that same page that says write equations to solve problems, says Jalen, maybe our teacher's aide here at Whittier, maybe not, maybe a different Jalen, had 4 2/3 pounds of modeling clay and used 3.5 for a craft project. How many pounds of clay were not used? Now, if I draw my equation, I know that 4 2/3 is the total, 3.5 is what I used. Now, there's the problem before I can even start to subtract these numbers. Think about it. What do you notice? If you are thinking that they are not a common denominator, you would be correct. Okay, so I am going to review how to find a common denominator for fractions. Now, the 4 and the 3 over here, they're the whole numbers, and they do not need to be changed to a fraction unless you would want to, which I would not recommend doing in this case. So leave the 4 and the 3 alone. Now we're going to work on changing 2/3 and 1/2 so that their denominators are the same on the bottom. Now, a 3 and a 2, we've got to find a common denominator. I'm going to review how to do that. To do that, I'm going to list all of the factors in a T-chart of 3 and 2. Okay, so 3 and 2, and then I'm going to circle the factor that they have in common. That will be my least common denominator, or LCD. Okay, 3, 6, 9, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, what number is the same on both sides? Think for a second. If you are thinking 6, fifth graders, that is correct. So I'm going to circle the 6. Okay? Now, I am going to now change, I should probably fix my steps here. Change the denominators, which remember the denominators is the bottom number. And then I will subtract. So let's go ahead here and change 2/3 so that has a 6 on the bottom. Now, to figure out that, I'm going to have to tell myself I have to multiply the top and the bottom number, or the top and the bottom of 2/3 by the same number to get to 6. Well, if I go down my T-chart, how many times do I have to go down so that I get 6? 1, 2. So, my new 2/3, or its equivalent fraction, is 4/6. Now I'm going to do the same thing with 1/2. 1/2 times 1, 2, 3 gives me 6. So 3/6. Okay, now I'm going to rewrite my problem so that I have 4, and instead of 2/3, it's going to be 4/6 minus 3 and 3/6. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and subtract the fractions. Well, if they're the same on the bottom, I only have to subtract the top. So 4 minus 3 is 1, so I have 1/6. 4 minus 3 again is 1. If I'm subtracting the whole numbers and subtracting the fractions, my answer becomes 1 1/6. So the answer is the amount of clay, I should put pounds, and LBS stands for pounds of clay, is Jalen has 1 1/6 pounds of clay left to use. Okay, hope that made sense, and thanks for watching.